Hello! Today we are going to take a hike on the Turtle Ridge Trail, and on this hike we're going to be focusing on leaves. So one of the activities we're going to do is make a leaf bracelet from leaves that we find on our trail. All you need is a piece of duct tape, and you're going to put it on your wrist so the sticky side is up. And then if you find any cool leaves that are on the ground, you can attach it to your bracelet. When we're done, we're going to cover it with clear tape, or if you have any contact paper, you can use that as well. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're heading down the Turtle Ridge Trail. I like to call it the Tiny Turtle Trail, mostly because I really like turtles. Oh, and as we head down, it looks like we've got some really pretty maple trees right here. We'll see if we can find a maple leaf on the ground. There's one. So we've got a pretty maple leaf. Just gonna stick it onto my bracelet. Oh, and this cool plant is bloodroot. I'm actually gonna pull it out really quick. So you can kind of see that it's got a really interesting shape. Some of the more mature ones look like Batman. We'll see if we can find one. So this guy is kind of little. Oh, you guys can see right here. I don't know if you can get a little bit closer. Here's his root. So it's really more of a tuber. But if you scratch it, it kind of looks like it bleeds. So that's why it's called bloodroot. Native Americans in the area used to use it, as a dye for different materials. So I'll try to point it out if we see another one like that. Oh, okay. So right here, we have a whole bunch of beautiful ferns. So these are called Christmas ferns. So the way you remember that is that this kind of looks like a sled, like a toboggan. So it's got like the bump, that's kind of your person on the toboggan, and this is the rest of the toboggan. So this is a Christmas fern. I'm trying to see if I can see. Here's one that's kind of starting to unfurl right here. So we still kind of got that little fiddlehead shape going on. Cool. So I've got a couple of the little pieces from a Christmas fern. So I'm just gonna attach that to my beautiful bracelet because they're pretty cool. Okay, off we go. Okay. So this tree that's in bloom right now is honeysuckle. So it's actually super invasive. You can kind of see a lot of the understory here is honeysuckle. And invasive just means it's not naturally from here and it's kind of taking things over. So since it's invasive and I'm not concerned about ruining its ecosystem, I'm gonna kidnap one of the little flowers right here and put it on my bracelet. Pretty neat. So right here we found a buckeye tree. It's got 5 leaves kind of on each stem. And this is the state tree of Ohio. So this right here is poison ivy. This is definitely one you do not want to touch. Poison ivy has 3 leaves. So the one leaf in the middle looks like an awkward turtle, and then it has 2 thumb leaves out to the side. So we're not going to touch him. If you do come into contact with it though, all you have to do is get back and wash your hands with cold water and dish soap. And it should come right off. But if you get it on your clothes, make sure you wash those too, because the oils can stick onto things and then spread. I always get it on my watch, and then I always end up getting some underneath my watch band. So keep that in mind.
There he is.
So precious. But also, right here is a tulip leaf. So tulips are really cool because instead of being like the maple leaf and having kind of a point right here, it actually goes in. So it's like a concave one. And so it kind of looks like a tulip. These are pretty big trees. We'll see if we can find where it came from. So this little guy right here is jewelweed. When it gets bigger, it'll have really pretty like orangey, yellowy flowers, and if they're like really ripe, you can kind of touch them and then they'll pop and explode. So that's kind of fun. Right here, I found a pile of kind of leaf matter, but while looking into it, I found a couple leaves. So these are both from oak trees, but these are from different types of oak trees. So there's two kind of main groups of oak trees. You have your white oak trees as well as your red oak trees. So your white oaks are they have soft, kind of round edges, like a cloud. And then your red oaks are kind of pointy. So I like to remember that it's like a fire. So fires are red, so these are red oaks. From the red oak family. There's definitely more kind of subspecies into that. But as a general rule of thumb, that's some oaks. So I just found this on the ground, and this is a tulip flower bloom. So this came from this tree. It's really pretty. Little umbrella shaped plants right here are May apples, and it is May, and the bloom right here is kind of starting to exist. I think it might be kind of old, but it blooms right here, and only the plants that have two are the ones that fruit and flower, while the single ones do not. So we just finished up our hike. I finished up my beautiful bracelet. So all you need now is a piece of clear tape and potentially a buddy. And you're just going to wrap it in the clear tape or your contact paper so that you have your bracelet. You can trim off the edges so they don't get all wilted. But there you have it, a little leaf memento from your nice spring hike. On my hike, I collected a couple matching leaf pieces. So I've got our buckeye leaves, I've got two red oaks, two white oaks, two of the tulip flowers, two maple, two dead fronds from a Christmas fern, a couple additional Christmas fern pieces. These are two pieces from jewelweed, and this is a piece of garlic mustard. So garlic mustard is also a super invasive species. So if you go on a hike, you can collect some matching leaves and bring it back to your campsite and do kind of a leaf relay. Or you can collect leaves around wherever you're camping to do this relay. So what you'll do is you'll split your matching parts in half. So you'll take one of each thing and put it on one side of the relay. I'm going to put it here so that you can kind of see it. Since we only have me today and not another person, I'll just demonstrate it all together. And then you'll take the other half and it will be on the other side of the relay. And again, I'm putting it on here so you can kind of see it. If you have tarps or something like that, that would be cool. So you have your one team on one side, and they're gonna pick up one leaf. And then when you say go, they're gonna run over here, try to find the matching one, and run back. Cool. And then the next person would go. So Sally Camper, my turn. I like the tulip tree. And I'm gonna run over here, grab its mate, and run back over here. So you can do that with your troop a couple different times, just as a fun way so they can learn the different leaf shapes, as well as get a little bit of exercise and have fun. Another activity you can do with leaves is leaf rubbing. So all you need is some paper. I've got two thinner pieces of construction paper, some crayons, and then my leaf. I'm just going to put them in between here. You don't need this bottom piece of paper. I'm just using it so that I don't get too much of the word markings. And then you're going to kind of flatten this down. And then if you take your crayon and go over it, and we're kind of getting some of the definition from our fern here. I love ferns. The Turtle Trail has so many ferns on it, and I was having so much fun looking at them all. And then you can use a different color for a different leaf and make a little collage. Let's do something different. Or it's a little bit better if you're just using kind of the side of your crayon. There we go. Now we're getting some good definition. Do you guys remember what basic type of oak leaf this is? Yeah, this is the white. Remember, it's fluffy like a cloud. And then, let's see. We'll take maybe our red one, put it up here. And if you put the bottom side up, so you can kind of see kind of like the veins and stuff of the leaf, you'll get a little bit better of a rubbing. So that's probably why my fern didn't turn out super well. We'll use this kind of magenta-y color since it's a red. We can do our little leaf rubbing. There he goes. Kind of going off the paper. Oh, and I totally moved. But yeah, so there's him. And maybe, just for fun, wish I had a better, one of our Buckeye tree pieces. I guess I'll go purple. This is another little activity you can do while you're learning about leaves. Get some layers. And then if you want to, you can label the different types of leaves, but you don't have to. It's your work of art.